Three air conditioners running. We normally don't run the bedroom air conditioner all that much. We have no choice the last few days. I don't know if you can see that. Glare is awful.
Starting to see that clear. You're taking a live look outside from Waterbury. Still a few clouds, but a lot of blue sky and blazing sunshine once again as we head through the day today, at least until the afternoon. Then we bring in a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, but many areas they do stay dry for today. But we'll time out the changes here using First Alert Future Radar. Right now, temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s from Enfield over through Torrington, 81 in Stafford, along the shoreline where we do still have some of that fog setting in over Stonington. Temperature only 78 degrees, but give it a few hours, temperatures do climb back into the 90s. And here we are at 3 o'clock. Notice many areas you're dry, you're sunny, but we'll start to see a few really spotty showers, possibly a thunderstorm moving later this afternoon and into the evening. Here we are at 4:30. A few downpours are certainly possible. Temperatures will cool off if you do get the rain. That is the good news. And the rain, it shouldn't last for too long. We don't have a whole lot of wind, so they might move a little bit slow at the onset, but we do clear out as we head through the evening. Tonight, this is 5:30. Still a few spotty showers and thunderstorms moving across the state. And then I think by about 7, 8 o'clock, we start to dry out. So if you do have plans to go out and watch fireworks tonight, I think a lot of shows will go off without any issues. Here we are at 8 o'clock. Notice dry across the state. Still a few clouds, but visibility for any shows tonight or tomorrow should be pretty good. By the time you're waking up on Wednesday morning for the 4th of July, temperatures very mild and muggy once again, only falling into the mid-70s overnight, waking up at 77 degrees tomorrow morning in Hartford, 75 in Willimantic along the shoreline, temperatures in the mid-70s as well, and you guessed it, climbing back into the 90s throughout the afternoon with a bit more rain in the forecast, but once again, many areas do stay dry. Some spotty scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of the storms could be a little bit strong at times. We do have really high instability with all of this heat and humidity, but notice this is 4 o'clock. Many areas are dry, but we do have a bit of rain moving across live First Alert Doppler, and then very similar to today, I think the evening will be mainly dry. So any fireworks shows tomorrow night for the 4th of July, I think will be just fine as well. So, but once again, temperatures will be feeling warmer than they actually are. Here we are at 3:30 this afternoon, feeling like 103 degrees in Enfield, feeling like 104 in Willimantic, and Killingly 103 is what it will be feeling like in Wallingford once you factor in the humidity and the heat by this afternoon. Here's the good news. We'll fast forward to tomorrow afternoon. We will still have temperatures in the 90s, but with slightly lower humidity, it won't be feeling as oppressive. So today is really the last day of that really sticky, thick air. The dew point does stay high all the way through Friday, but then notice Friday, we have the thunderstorm icon out there. That's because we do have showers and thunderstorms, more than we'll see today or tomorrow. But behind that cold front, dew points in the 50s. We have really refreshing air and cooler temperatures for the weekend. So here it is on Friday. As you're waking up early, no weather concerns. It's not until the afternoon and evening that this line of showers and storms ahead of the cold front will push into the state. This is 2 o'clock. It'll start to rain in the western half of the state and continue to push from northwest to southeast as we head through the evening. And some of these storms also do have the potential to be strong to severe, but relief behind the cold front. So here it is in the exclusive 10-day forecast. We stay in the 90s all the way through Thursday, but then we drop into the upper 80s on Friday. Much cooler for the weekend. Low 80s, low humidity, and sunshine. It is going to be a great weekend to get outside and along the shoreline. Of course, it does stay just a bit cooler with temperatures in the 80s, going back to 79 degrees on Sunday. So, Kevin, we just have 3 more days of the heat wave to get through before the forecast looks much better.
I very rarely run this air conditioner except when it's really hot, although this is an 8,000 BTU and it's very old. We had it in our old mobile home, but it never gets used very much. And like all air conditioners, I have the supports on them and everything. But I'm sure this back coil is plugged too because it's very hot. You can just barely keep your hand on it. That's a safety screen I put on there many years ago that they threw out at work when I was working. And when we used to have our cookouts, in case the kids were throwing things that wouldn't break the coil in the back, and it never hinders the cooling effect of the air conditioner. But in order for me to remove this and clean these out, this type, it's not a sleeve type. This is an 8,000, and it's always worked good. And the room is like from here to the end of the building with the bathroom down at the end. So 8,000 is good for that. But I would have to remove the side panels, which are metal, and then wood behind that, all sealed and everything else, and the alarm system, of course, is hooked to it. And then, of course, our main air conditioner, which I discussed with you on the video. And that's lukewarm on the back. Before I cleaned that back condenser coil was so hot you couldn't even touch it. It's about 11:30 in the morning now. And of course my son's air conditioner, again with a protective thing on the back. Right now the compressor's not on, it's cool. But this one here probably would need a lot of cleaning inside. Put you in the macro here. You can see the dirt on top of the motor there. But, you know, this is all metal here, siliconed in, and there's wood on the inside, and it's all locked in, and it's got a wood across the top inside. I think I sprayed this damn thing earlier today, so it is dead. This year, it's been very good with caterpillars. I mean, I see occasionally a few caterpillars here and there, but nothing like last year. Last year, we were devastated with it. The only good thing about the caterpillars is, well, it's not really good for the trees, but when they eat the leaves and everything like that, and then when you get a hurricane, you don't have as many leaves on the trees, and they don't catch the wind as much, because we worry about hurricanes here. I mean, I'm paranoid about that. I mean, I've lived here since 1982, but, you know, you worry about the trees and stuff like that. I'm not working in the shop. There goes a chipmunk. I'm not working in the shop because it's too damn hot, and I'm not running the air conditioner for obvious reasons. I got 3 of these air conditioners running now, and we have no choice. We have to have them, you know. So, when my neighbor would suffer with the low line voltage too, because it's on that meter panel right there. But it's the low line voltage is coming in from the pole. It's not a problem with the panel or my house. Yes, you get a voltage drop when you're drawing all this current, you know, from it. When you got 3 air conditioners. Now this one here, as I said, is an 8,000, and I would say, okay, that has to be, okay, 1993 is when we got this mobile home, and I had pulled that air conditioner that's in the bedroom window right there. I had pulled that out of our old mobile home, built into the wall, because I literally cut it into the wall and built it in. That was our front room air conditioner. So I would say in perhaps the late 80s. So it's quite old and never was cleaned out, and of course is very rarely used now. It's a major job to clean it out, but sooner or later it's going to have to be. So I have no idea what the current draw of that is. I just never bothered clamping it. But I'm willing to bet that's, being that's that old and it's an 8,000, it probably draws a good 12 amps under normal use. Whereas this hot point here that I've discussed before, it's designed to draw just about 12 amps. It's a 15,000 BTU, 120 volts, not 220. So it's on a, as I said, it's on a 20 amp circuit. But I like the sleeve because you can just pull the insides out and bring it out on the platform out here and hose it out like I did the other day. So anytime your air conditioner is running and starting to draw too much current or trips the breaker, the first thing you should look for, and I found this out on the internet, but also found it out twice already, back in 2013 and also several days ago that when it gets plugged, it makes the compressor work harder and overheat. And if left unrepaired, could burn out the compressor, short out a winding, or anything like that, and then you're in trouble. And I guess I'm more paranoid now because of all the severe storms back in the middle of May in Connecticut. And perfectly healthy trees getting chopped right off halfway up the trunk. So, you know, it makes you worry about that. The shade is nice because if you're out in the sun like this part of the house here, you are going to heat up quite rapidly. And with the weather the way it is, it's terrible, as you saw on the TV. Now, normally I'd give you a flapping video, but I'm giving you one out here in the yard because it's just too damn hot to sit in the car unless I run the air conditioner. So I'm out here now. It's bearable as long as I'm in the shade. According to the weather guessers, it's supposed to be very low humidity Saturday and Sunday. So if I have any money, money, what's that? If I have any money, I probably will go to Jewett City, take Tommy with me, to Jewett City Flea Market. This past weekend, I didn't do anything except fill my face at Big Belly Kelly almost every day of the week except Monday and Tuesday because that's when they're closed. I figured if I don't have the money, I'm going to use the money instead of instead of going to Jewett City, which was way too hot to go anywhere. I figured, well, why not have some nice breakfasts? I had a big banana split the other day. That's a first for Big Belly. Tommy and I, we each had ice cream over there. And the banana split was only $5. It was in one of these upside down banana split. It was in a big styrofoam cup, the kind you'd put a large soup in. And I figured about $7 or $8 for a banana split. Diabetic, I know, but I cheat once in a while. When I go to fairs, I cheat. And it's so damn hot you don't feel like eating. And I try to eat a little bit of this stuff because, I just can't seem to gain any weight, I look like hell on video. Shirts just hang on me. And I see myself on them and, I just don't like the way I look. And so I figured, well, geez, let's eat something fattening here, but don't seem to be working. Because my weight has always been like 180. In the 1970s, I was 175 all the time. I didn't start gaining weight till about 180 pounds until in the 80s. In the 1980s, I was 180 pounds, and the heaviest I ever was 188. And I stayed in that weight range until, I would say 10 years ago. Then I started losing a little bit and down to 175, 178, and then started dropping and dropping. But those years, I didn't know I was diabetic until 2006. And I was still about 180 at that time. So when I found out I was diabetic, it took quite a while to get my diabetes under control. And the medications had to be changed. Metformin, I can never remember what My wife can remember. She's got a lot more medications than I have. She can remember every single medication. I got to look it up. I can name them off: metformin, glipizide, and Glyset. Glyset. It's a Pfizer medication. It took a long time to get the medications on me under control. And then, for just some reason, I cut back on a lot of, well, I used to eat ice cream every day, but I'm starting to do that again. Trying to put weight on, you know, within reason. And I'll have a small dish of strawberry ice cream. But not the big dishes I used to have. In the hot weather, that's what I feel like having. It wasn't until they had to increase, this is a number of years ago, probably 5 years ago, my metformin had to be increased to the maximum, which I can't remember what the milligrams are. I think it's, I'm not even going to mention, I don't even remember. I got to go in the house and look at the bottle. All I know is I take 2 metformins in the morning and 2 before bed. And I take Glyset twice a day and glipizide once in the morning and once at night. Finally, everything got regulated, and until my weight went down to about 165, and once my weight got down to about 165, not by my own choosing, but I notice I'm not eating as much either. Once it got down to 165, when I went for my blood work, my A1C had dropped quite a bit. But I look like hell. I'm a bag of bones. I'll admit it. You know, I've even had some of my viewers saying, "Are you okay?" You know. Who knows? Maybe I got cancer. I don't know. I don't even want to know if I have it. If I do, I don't want to know about it. But I do know that when my weight dropped, my A1C at last check was under 7. It was 6.5, I believe, or 6.6. Never been that low. It's always been 7, almost 8. But the last few times I went to the doctor to get weighed, I'm 160. And I don't look good that thin. Now, I know when you get older, you know, everything drops, you know. Maybe I should change my YouTube name to Bag of Bones. But anyways, I guess we got some kind of a plane going up there. Can't see it though through the trees. I'm giving you a very long, boring video here. Alright, I'm out on the swing now, and I probably will be sorry I sat out here, because the bugs bother me and I haven't got my electric fly swatter with me. But anyways, I didn't intend to come out here and flap so damn long, but basically I'm not doing anything in the workshop, because in order to turn that air conditioner on, my voltage is going to be down so damn low, it could damage the compressors in the air conditioners that are running in the house, as well as the one in the shop. I don't think air conditioners like it very well when they are running too low on line voltage. But quite a few, I know, maybe 5 years ago, low line voltage has always been a problem here, but it comes and goes. It's a neighborhood thing. It's not just our place. I had complained to the power company about low line voltage many times, not recently, and they put a monitor on our meter, and would you believe they had that on for a week, 5 days I think, or something like that. That's the most they could keep it on, and it was during the hot weather, and not one dip in the voltage. The voltage was good. It just happened to be. The voltage did not drop. When they took it off, a couple days later, our voltage dropped down again. I complained and said, well, you didn't leave it on long enough, and we got low line voltage again. We were getting, at times, down to 112, 108 one time. But there was a problem with our panel, which was repaired by the electrician, and the power company came over several years back, and they found a bad connection in the bus bars in the panel, and they not the house panel, the panel outside where the meters are on, the meter board, which is not ours, it belongs to the park owner. And eventually I guess it's going to have to be upgraded, but the power company did say we're getting 114 right on the pole, and they told me that's normal. 114 volts on the pole, not at the meter panel, on the pole. Anyways, the circuit panel is supposed to be, the meter panel is supposed to be updated. But like I said, if we're at the end of the line, so even if they run new power lines which go underground to the meter panel, if at times, if the voltage is only 114 at the pole, it's not going to be any higher here. That's one big ass tree, and it probably always was hanging like that. But if that goes down, we're gone. But then again, you got a lot of other trees around here that could go the wrong way. Now, I showed you this tree before. This one here is so full of holes, it's pathetic. But I'm not worried about this falling on us. It's going to go towards the brook if it goes anywhere. But it's got a lot of woodpecker holes in it. But it's blooming. It's all hollowed out. Alright, well that concludes this video. Trying to stay cool. You all do the same.